Faye was overwhelmed in her summer statistics class, and so she even wanted to quit because there's so much information being piled on in there that she just didn't want to deal with it anymore. And the whole thing about college was just like, just so much of the same thing. And me too, throughout that process, I had my fantasy story, my fantasy about quitting and then just going off and bumming it out somewhere. The reality was, Faye couldn't quit, I couldn't quit. There was too much to lose, right? Even in the moment, as frustrated or as overwhelmed as you might feel, there's too much to lose if you do quit. And I don't have to go over the statistics about, it's almost like $1 million difference between those who quit higher education and then just go off and get a job versus those who go finish their college education, get that degree, and then those doors will open for you with that degree. That's why most people get a degree. Because that picture of what learning how to learn looks like is covered in detail in Study Skills Reloaded in the Study Secrets section. What I want to do here for you is tell you another story. And it was our anniversary recently, and this is us karaokeing. And we went to a place, it was a burger place. And we're not into fast food, but this is one of those real burger places. They have like real juicy, real meat burgers there. And so we went out and we ate these burgers. And this time they had a special. Usually these burger joints, they've got these big fat burgers. Well, this time the special was you pay for 5 mini burgers, and it was like less than the price of one of these big, huge burgers. So I was like, okay, we'll get the 2 huge burgers with fries and everything, and then we'll get these mini burgers too. So usually one big fat burger will stuff us pretty good. We're knocked out after that. But this time we had these mini burgers, and we had the big burgers. I don't know how our bodies were able to take it. Really, we could only take 1 mini burger. The other 3 we just brought home. And so there we were. We ate the big, huge burger. We ate the mini burger. So we were completely stuffed. It's like, and then you know how you are in Thanksgiving or whenever holidays or get-togethers you and your family have. It's like, wow, you just can't eat anymore. And then you're kind of like in a daze because you're so stuffed. And so you have to stop. There's no way around that. The same thing happens with your studies, that you can only intake so much information, especially new information. And if you're not doing it well, like if you're not looking up your words, and if you're not relating new ideas to old experience, then it's going to be that much harder for you to stuff this information in. And so what happens to a lot of students is that they get to a point they want to quit and they feel like they're not good enough. And what I have to say to that is, we had 3 mini burgers left during our anniversary, right? I didn't feel like I was not good enough because I couldn't eat those last 3 burgers. I was tapped out. We could not eat any more. So it breaks my heart when I work with students and there's a part of them that doesn't like themselves, a part of them that hates themselves because they're comparing themselves with others, and they feel like they're not good enough. Like, for some reason, because they can't stuff it all down like, say, student number 1 in front of the class there, that for some reason it's like they weren't cut out for it. And I'm guilty of this myself too, this whole study skills thing. It's something that I thought was kind of cool, but I really didn't want to do it until Faye was like, you know what, you've got good information here. This is stuff that can actually help people. And so, like with Ravi, I started getting, this is before I started private tutoring, people who wanted me to tutor for them. And still, I was like, no, you know what, I don't even know what I'm doing here. And a part of that was, part of me didn't feel like I was good enough to help out another student. Part of me didn't feel like I could even, like it was an accident of some kind. So here's game changer number 5. Give yourself permission to take care of yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. Regardless of what the situation is. If you come up against something in your studies and it feels like, oh, you're not good enough, or you get that fantasy about wanting to quit, or you tap out on something, go ahead, take a break, walk around. if you're writing something in the computer and you're stuck, if you're working on equations and you're stuck, you're working on a program and you're stuck, you're working on whatever your thing is and you're stuck, don't beat yourself up about it. You know, step back and take a break and say, you know what? It's all right. You know, I've worked this much so far. I've just stuffed myself. You know, I've hit a limit, and it's my personal limit. It's nobody else's limit. It's cool. It's cool. I'm just gonna go do something else. Maybe take a shower. Like what I like to do is I like to jog a little bit. I'll rejuice myself, and then I'll be like, all right, you know, time to handle that thing again. Time to keep going at it. You know, it's still down on my one item to-do list, like the Study Skills webinar, which you can cross out now because we're at the end of it. Congratulations, by the way. But take time. Take the time to realize where your limit is, and to love yourself. That's where you're at, and then just be cool with it, you know, and take care of yourself.